RFK Jr. repeatedly insisted he's not anti-vaccine. He vaccinated his own children. He tweeted today he's not anti-vax, he's pro-science. Joining us now, the Chief Scientific Officer of the wellness company, Dr. Peter McCullough. Doctor, it's great to see you again. What's your take on this? Did you hear enough about why RFK Jr. says he's about safety, accountability, and informed consent, and why he believes Big Pharma has corrupted the system?
You got a sense that something was wrong in that hearing. Remember, healthcare should be apolitical. Everybody should want good healthcare. Why were some so charged? It looked like conflict of interest. Some of those senators lost their marbles over the questioning. Kennedy he promised radical transparency. He's delivering it. And I think many are upset about what's going to come next. And that's going to be a thorough investigation of vaccine safety.
Yeah, and Big Pharma's influence. I mean, RFK Jr. said Trump should be awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for Operation Warp Speed for COVID shots. But he said Americans have been lied to about things like COVID shots stopping the infection when it doesn't. He's saying he's against unsafe, insufficiently tested vaccines. We know 1.2 million died during the pandemic from COVID and comorbidities. Vaccines have driven down diseases like COVID, smallpox, and measles. But what do you make of Senator Ron Johnson saying they're going to hold a hearing next week on a, quote, very high-quality study that claims the vaccinated are more prone to chronic illnesses than people who are not vaccinated?
It's going to be, I think, very revealing that sadly the COVID vaccines were rushed out. They're genetic. They code for the disease-promoting part of the virus. And sadly, those who've taken the vaccine now are emerging with chronic diseases. There was not enough attention paid to safety in limiting exposure to these vaccines. And Senator Ron Johnson gets a lot of credit for getting all of this out in the open.
So what is your take? He's saying the study, the vaccinated are more prone to chronic illnesses than the unvaccinated. What's that about?
That's because the vaccines are the genetic code for the spike protein. Both the vaccines and spike protein now have been found in the body years after the shots. And it's very abnormal to have synthetic messenger RNA and a spike protein that was generated from a Chinese biosecurity lab circulating in the bloodstream in the tissues of Americans. Is causing disease. Johnson is getting to the bottom of it.
So there's also the Senator John Thune and John Cornyn are questioning the ouster of CDC Director Susan Manaras. But didn't Senator Bernie Sanders just vote a few weeks ago? He did not believe the CDC director was qualified for the job. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I had a chance to interact with her. She's very reasonable. She respected doctors with medical authority in the field like myself. I think her split with Kennedy is along ideological lines, that there's a vaccine ideology, a blind religious faith in vaccines, and their split really has to do over that fundamental way that public health officials, some of them think about vaccines. They are unwilling to examine the downsides of vaccines.
All right, Dr. Peter McCullough, great to see you again, sir. Thanks for joining.